one of the major issues of our current time here in the United States and abroad, especially with the coming of the Winter Olympics in Sochi, is homosexuality. There are those who constantly judge homosexuals, judge gays as being immoral, as being unnatural, as being unjust, as being any other negative attribute and word that you can apply to such. Yet, what one is always faced with when they judge, when one judges, is the establishment of one's ability to judge, one's ability to come from a place of righteousness, of justness, of a foundation that is completely and totally sound and in the right, thus that they are of a sound mind, of a sound intellect, of sound morality to judge an action, a belief, a saying, anything of another person. For one's judgment of another to be valid, to be truly valid, to be valid outside of one's self-validation, for one to point to another and to speak to how wrong that other person is, they must be, once again, proven moral outside of their own morality, out of their own developed morality, whatever it is they use as a base for developing their morality, whether it's religious based or just self-created or society or whatever it is. Once again, to justly admonish someone for their actions, one must do this. One must, although that very few do. And so they will speak out against others with vitriol, with hate, with anger, with self-righteous indignation, and yet it'll come down to it's just their own self-righteousness. That there is no true moral base, there is no true moral compass to rightly do so. And thus they will effectively eliminate themselves as being in the authority to justly judge. For I ask you, well, as you point out the flaws of another, as you point out the errors of another, as you say that they are unjust, then speak to me your qualifications. Speak to me the good within you that allows you to point out the bad in another. Run down a list to me. Run down the good qualities that you hold. Run down the righteous qualities that you hold. Run down the good and righteous actions and deeds and thoughts that you hold within yourself that gives validity and verifies and vouches for the rightness of your thoughts and belief. And I guarantee you that at some point in time, it will be proven in truth that you hold no such weight, that you will come to contradict yourself, that you will come to show yourself to be hypocritical, and that you will come to show that you lack the moral fiber to justly judge another as being immoral and in the wrong and unnatural. It will happen without fail. It will happen without fail because you will run down. Because at some point in time, you must come to say that you hold within you one of the qualities that is most admired in the world, and that is the ability to love. I mean, at the least, you must come to say that you have the ability to love, to give love, to understand what love is, to give it to another, and to do it unconditionally. For that's the conundrum about love, that if one truly understands love and one gives it, then it must be done unconditionally. It must be done unconditionally to be loved. For if there is condition to your love, then you don't truly love. For giving love, giving the pure essence of love, again, is unconditional. It's given at all times. There are no exceptions, no conditions to it. Because once again, if you say, well, there's condition to it, well, then the love comes up short. So if you say that you give the love, if you say you give unconditional love, but then you will love all, no matter what. No matter what. You cannot admonish one for being who they are, do what they are. You may admonish the action. But when you tell one that they should not love one of the same sex and gender, that they cannot partake in the rights of marriage with one of the same sex and gender, well, that is beyond the act. That is beyond just the act of homosexuality. You have just gone beyond judging the act, and you have come to judge the person. For you are not allowing them to live how they want to live. You are preventing them from being themselves. Once again, you have moved beyond the action, and you have moved to the person. You have moved beyond the act, and you have moved to the person. When you speak directly to a person and say that you are wrong, you are immoral, you are dirty, you are nasty, you are unnatural, you're thus spoken to the person. And then thus you have not love. You do not know love. And so then once again, you have eliminated yourself of being qualified to judge another. So again, this is at the least. We can probably go down another list. Go down a list of, well, I'm righteous. No, I'm good. Well, then you must quantify and qualify those things. You must quantify and quantify. And you can only do this through by and with truth. For truth verifies, validates, and vouches for all things. And so as you go down your list, once again, you will, at some point in time, you will eliminate yourself, or truth shall eliminate you. And just as you have judged, you shall be judged. Just as you fail to judge, the failing of judgment shall come upon you. That's why you must always judge in truth. For judging in truth is uncompromising. Truth makes no compromises. You judge in truth and you love in truth. And thus you are worthy of judging. And it's not you that is judging. It is truth that is judging. And it's not truth that judges, it's that truth that speaks to the truth. And there is no bad.